Right, room 101 this week then.
Yep. Let's talk about things that wind us up.
Yeah, things that are annoying. I already know what you're going to put. Say it straight away.
Well, you are my brother,
Yes.
so you are my brother, so you should know, really.
Yeah, it's easy. It's obvious.
Wait, don't say it. Just guess. Like
No.
write it down. I'll
Alright.
write it as well if it's the obvious one, I think.
Alright.
And then, if we are true brothers, we'll both have the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't hold it up until I say. Right, you ready?
Easy, yeah.
You hold it up to the camera.
Okay.
On after 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah.
Mhm.
3, 2, 1.
Marmite.
Robbie.
Hmm?
Marmite. I said.
My arsehole was going.
Whatever's been in that's still lingering.
Dangle over the side of it and get right in there.
I don't know why it makes me gag.
Because it tastes like shit.
Actually, can I just have toast?
One thing about it as well that makes it absolutely horrendous.
Right, that's lovely. Now tell me.
Don't try this at home or whatever.
Just tell me.
Bare skin, feet, and denim.
You need your hard drive checking. Fucking chicken.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this.
Do corn sausage rolls or something.
That's magic.
That's not going to get you the job.
I think Anthony Deck can't watch.
I'm not impressed at all.
It really did stink. Right, hello, welcome back. Episode 4 of the In Brother Words podcast. First things first, thank you so much for the people who've watched the video so far. In the last week, we've gained about 40 subscribers. So if you are new to the channel, please do go back and watch the earlier videos. We've got 3 episodes on there at the moment. Thanks again for Mark Bolton for being the first guest on last week's episode. That went down really well. That was really good. So episode 4, doing something a little bit different today. We're going for Room 101. So similar to the CV program, we're going to basically bring things to the table that we want to banish to Room 101. So things that we find annoying or that we hate. And then at the end, we'll pick a few to actually go in based on our arguments. So let us know what you think about the ones that we say. And also put your own suggestions as well in the comments box. And later down the line, we'll have a look through your suggestions as well. Cool.
Do you want to So I've got 5.
Yeah.
You've got 5.
Same.
Should we start off from that? The one we don't hate as much.
No, I don't think I want to say that I don't hate it as much because I hate all 5 of mine equally.
Okay.
But they're just in a list of 5. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want you to think, oh, I'm not going to put his 5th one in because he doesn't care that much about it, because I do.
Right, we'll mix them up then. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go on.
My first one in Room 101 that really gets on my goat is where's that saying come from? Get on my goat.
No, get your goat, not get on your goat.
Right.
I think it's like, obviously back in the day, someone had nick someone's goat. Shout out if you ever nick someone's goat.
Crusty condiments.
Oh, what?
So this is usually in restaurants, but if I come to your house and you give me ketchup and I open the lid and it looks like, a scene from American Psycho underneath the lid, I'm not impressed at all. And it's one of the first things I look at when I go to a restaurant as well. It's all congealed, crusty, horrible sauce around the lid.
About salt when it's got the bit on the top as well.
No, none of that. It's minging. It winds me up. It's lazy.
So how do you deal with it in a restaurant? What's bad about obviously being a
sanitize
restaurant
them.
manager? What would you? Yeah, but so in your restaurant, you don't have ketchup, do you?
We do have ketchup. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, so what do you say? Open the lid and
Just give it at the end of each service, or even just when you take it off the table, just
give it a
check
while.
it because it's minging, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
not?
I mean, yeah. So what would you do if you found one in your restaurant that was like solidified salt at the top of the shaker?
Find out whose section it was in, take the server and behead them. No, I'm not too harsh on it, but it just winds me up.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. So tell me if you agree with that, or if I'm just being a bit, picky.
No,
But I just think it's minging. Take more care with your condiments. Do you know what I mean?
take that as a condiment.
Yeah, take that as a condiment.
All right, my first one is Lush, the shop.
Right, okay. Be a bit specific with this then.
Right, okay. So I don't know what's more overwhelming about Lush. the smell or the customer service.
Right?
So the smell, I can't be the only person that gets an instant headache when they go into Lush.
Yeah.
Even walking past it, I don't even have to go in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like straight away. It actually hurts me to be in there. And then your body is like just about getting over or sort of working towards getting over the shock of the smell of the place. And then you get hit like a train by probably the most over-enthusiastic sort of robot hippie you've ever met in your whole life.
Yeah, Robo Hippie.
Yeah,
that'd be a great film, wouldn't it?
They're really like just great at their job, but to a ridiculous extent. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm just struggling to even be in the shop without being sick, and suddenly some bloke with dreadlocks wants me to put my hands in the sink. Do you know what I mean? Also, since when has soap ever been like enough of a concept to have its own shop?
Is there no part of you that respects what they've done? Because I think they're very consistent. Do you know what I mean? Like,
The thing is, you shop at Lush, don't you?
Yeah. So I wear a fragrance called Dirty, which is a spray, and ever since I've found, oh, you dirty boy. But ever since I found that, I don't wear, I don't buy aftershave anymore because it's just amazing.
Yeah, I can tell.
But yeah, they're very overwhelming, aren't they? The staff.
If anybody works at Lush, by the way, like, let us know what it's actually like to work there, because you know what I was thinking back on when we did our careers podcast and I was talking about work experience. When I was thinking about this, I thought that would be my absolute worst possible work experience. Just working there would be horrendous because I can't actually stand in the shop for more than 10 minutes. So imagine working there, and then that's why I think maybe that's why they are like they are.
I think after a week you'd be vegan, you'd have dyed your hair, and you've got a Jeremy Corbyn poster in your room.
Yeah, whatever it is that's in the air in there, I think they're on something. It's like they're high on the bath bombs. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's why they're like they are.
Someone's out the back crushing a bath bomb with a credit card.
Yeah, I reckon it is that. Yeah. Plus, who's ever used a bath bomb? Not me. You can probably tell. But have you used a bath bomb before? Have you?
Yeah. I actually went shopping on my own back when I was single. Came home and put the sparkly bath bomb in my bath. And yeah, one thing you've got to give them is the consistency of the recruitment. Like, do you know what I mean? Because they never have an off day, do they?
No. But do you reckon that's because only people who are like that apply?
Probably. But sometimes it's like, usually it's just, can I have this, please? And they're like, oh, yeah, you like this, don't you? Have you tried? Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? I use it all the time. What are you doing tonight? What are you having for dinner? What's for breakfast tomorrow?
Yeah,
and it's just like, get it in the bag.
Yeah.
So I can go.
Yeah. And I only go in there like around Christmas usually because the Christmas sets. If you don't know what to get for somebody, usually a woman or an older woman in your family.
Usually a woman.
There's like that, you know what I mean? It's just a standard. Oh, I don't know what to get.
Yeah.
Get smelly sort of thing.
Yeah.
That tends to be like you go in there and you get one of those gift wrap things. But I don't know if anybody's ever used what you get because I don't know. Maybe because I've never used a bath bomb, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard push to convince me to put that in there, to be fair.
But okay, so let me ask this. What if Lush was a section of boots? Just like a bit, like one bit aisle or whatever that you could go in if you wanted to. Maybe they have one robot hippie person in there who can do the full Lush experience, but just for the people who want to specifically go to that bit in boots. And then just scrap the actual shop.
No, I probably wouldn't go, no. I probably wouldn't buy it. But the fact that they have done that, and they seem to be successful because they're opening stores all the time. Just quickly before we move on to the next one, if Robo Hippie was a superhero, what would their weapon be, their power? They like shoot corn sausage rolls or something. Yeah,
or play Wonderwall.
That makes sense.
Guitar.
Okay, my second one, hesitant drivers.
Oh, okay.
Especially at mini roundabouts.
This is what I got I got 4 minors on my driving test.
I could tell, because you drive like a hesitant driver.
No, I stalled once like, early on, because I was like my arsehole was going. Do you know what I mean? And then I did about, 20 minutes of just solid nailed it. And then driving back to the driving centre in Burton, that big roundabout near B&Q, because I knew that I'd pretty much passed at that stage. I only need to get back. It's like a 2-minute drive and I'm passed. I bottled it at that roundabout, and I didn't do anything wrong particularly. It wasn't anything majorly dangerous.
And you went through the middle of it.
Yeah, because I'd hesitated a bit, I got to hesitate twice. I got like 2 minors for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's a big roundabout.
yeah.
So I get that. But mini ones, like everyone's just obeying the rules of the road. It's all great. Everyone's having a nice time. You get to a mini roundabout and everyone just stops.
Yeah.
It's like still the same rules. Give way to the left. No, give way to the right. Do you know what I mean? Just carry on as normal. But
yeah, but I find that sometimes, like the clock garage is a good one of them because like you don't know who's just got there. You got to go. You got to make your decision straight away, and that's what you're saying about hesitant driving.
yeah, clock garage roundabout is close your eyes and go. And if it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah, no, we just got to. If you arrive in there, just be like. I mean, just be proactive with it. Just go, right,
Yeah.
I'm here, I'm going.
If someone goes into the side of you, it's their fault. You've got a claim, haven't you?
Is that your attitude to drive?
Yeah. So yeah, that's mine. Hesitant drivers, more dangerous than reckless drivers,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like me and Mitch went to Costco last week, and there was an old chap doing 28 miles an hour on a country lane.
Really?
Like that's just not on, is it? Really?
Yeah, I think it's all right for old people to drive, but like really, really old people.
Just in their
I
own
mean,
cul-de-sac.
I don't know the actual rules, but I'm assuming that as long as you're properly like sane and everything, you could probably just drive forever. Because there's like 100-year-old drivers and stuff, isn't there? There's TV programs about it. But you have to wonder like whether or not you should have a retest or something at that point. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's not really safe, is it?
There's a brilliant program about that on Channel 5, and it was from Derbyshire actually. It was like 92. The policeman pulls him over because he's driving like a maniac.
Yeah.
And they're stood like 6 foot away from a speed sign. And he's like, "Can you read that sign there?" And he goes, "Well, I could if I was stood a bit closer to it."
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes you get people on like mobility scooters, like dipping down the A38. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That happens, doesn't it?
Right, your next one?
The combination of flip-flops and jeans.
Okay.
And I saw this in Tesco the other day, which what reminded me.
Is this on a woman or a man?
Both, but specifically a man, I think.
Okay.
Because I don't think I've seen it much on a woman. Certainly not seen it much and thought that looks horrendous. But on a man. Because I think, right, when you choose clothes, just in general, what you're going to wear that day, obviously style and taste come into it. But really, it's like functionality and weather. Do you mean? So what you're doing and what the weather's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I can't work out what combination of functionality and weather leads to you to decide to wear flip-flops and jeans. Because it's either too hot to wear shoes, in which case you wouldn't wear jeans, or you're going to the beach and then you wouldn't wear jeans either. Like how do you decide to wear flip-flops?
Convenience, I imagine. But it looks horrendous, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. I think it's like bare skin and denim.
That's going to be the name of your autobiography, isn't it, one day?
Yeah. Don't you mean that combination of like bare skin, particularly with toes. I don't know why it is about toes, but I think I'm right there. It's like strange, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Bare skin, feet, and denim. This doesn't work for me.
No.
And like, so I saw a guy. I don't know. You might be listening. If you are, sort your life out. It's like jeans, like skinny jeans, I'd say. And then flip flops, but like not sliders, like actual flip flops. And then like a jumper and stuff. It was normal English weather, and he just decided to put flip flops on.
Yeah, especially during this lockdown, it's like people have forgotten what's socially acceptable.
Yeah. But he just looked like he was happy with like that decision. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes you see it in Spain and stuff. But then even then, maybe sometimes they wear like linen trousers and that. You get away with it a little bit more then. You know, some people wear linen trousers on holiday with flip flops, and that's fine. But like, it's even worse actually. And I'll put a picture in here because I found a picture online when I was looking at it with like baggy jeans. You know, like boot cut jeans.
Not with flip flops.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh my god,
it's there. It's a thing.
If you wear bootleg jeans,
in general,
stop. You need your hard drive checking.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean though? Flip flops and jeans. It's just it's just tragic, isn't it? And like I say, try and think of a situation where that is what you would wear. There isn't one, is there?
No. Literally wouldn't be seen dead in it.
I know, yeah.
So my next one, I'm very much like each to their own. You know, you can be into what you want. I'll be into what I want. That's fine.
Apart from these 5 things.
Apart from these 5 things. But if we're having a nice, solid conversation and forming a friendship, and I say, "Oh, what's your favourite comedy?" and you say, "Oh, it's got to be, I don't know, Mrs. Brown's Boys," you can more or less call that off straight away.
Yeah.
I've watched about 20 minutes of one once because there was nothing else on. And it's just the complete polar opposite to what I like in a comedy. Yeah. So we like quite dry comedy, don't we? Like
just
witty comedy.
Anything that requires some sort of intelligence to write it.
Yeah, where it's just him like fucking shit,
yeah.
And that's it. And that's the
Welsh fellow, isn't he?
And it's just really, really it makes me cringe.
Yeah. Well, obviously we like Ricky Gervais, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
And in Extras, obviously his character. Andy Millman eventually writes his own comedy.
You having a laugh?
Yeah, you having a laugh when the whistle blows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of that is to show that some comedies get on TV by being what he calls like lowest common denominator, like for the, it's pretty much naff basically. It's like wigs and catchphrases and all that. And he's basically taking the piss out of that sort of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Brown's Boys is basically that in real life, isn't it?
Yeah, massively. Like the same wig and everything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, Ricky Gervais must hate it. Don't you think?
Yeah, he's took the Catherine Tate swearing Nan thing, known that did well because it's funny, innit? Watching an old person swear, but it's just dull.
Yeah,
it's just
like
crap comedy.
Mega successful. Like won loads of awards.
Yeah,
the tour sells out all the time.
I'm not saying that it's like not successful. I mean, it's fair play to him, but just. No. Yeah,
no, I'm with you. I hate it as well. In fact, I haven't actually watched it in full for that reason. I just can't bring myself to do it. But
I'll stop talking about it now because I'll throw this mug and stuff.
There must be so many people out there who actually watch it because it does really well on views and stuff.
Yeah.
My next one is another fashion faux pas.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, got wham.
Speedos outside of competitive sport.
Budgie smugglers.
Right, so I got a couple of comments on this.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, Speedos is sport equipment, right? That's just a fact.
Yeah.
So when I go for a drive, I don't wear overalls and a helmet because I'm not Lewis Hamilton.
But you do wear your Speedos when you pick Maisie up from school.
Yeah, and the S falls off. Yeah, so like, do you know what I mean? That's sports equipment.
Yeah.
That's required to do the sport, right?
Is it? Sorry. Is it? Are they called Speedo or Speedos? And then I think
Speedo is the brand, and then
we call them Speedos.
Yeah, because it's like pants with an S.
Yeah. All right. Clear that one up.
So, my opinion, a Speedo is sports equipment, and if you're going for a casual swim, if I go for a casual drive, I'm not wearing a helmet, right? Or a fencing mask or anything that you wear in sport, actually.
Seatbelt.
But, so why, when you go for a casual swim, is it okay to dress like Michael Phelps? Do you know what I mean? And if I went to, I'm assuming this is the case, so I haven't tried it. If I went to a pool with kids and that, like on holiday, and just took all my clothes off apart from a really small pair of pants, I would assume that I would get kicked out or get told to put clothes on, right?
That's only because of that court order you've got, though. A normal person.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be there in the first place. But so why is it then acceptable to wear exactly that outfit, and in fact even more skimpier, but just because it's regulation swimming wear?
I think they're just wrong in general, and I think it will be a generational thing.
Yeah, but no, they're a required thing because obviously they need it. You need it for sport.
But I mean, like blokes wearing them on holiday.
Yeah, it's wrong, isn't it? I don't get it at all because you can get short nowadays. So it's like swimming shorts still, but they're short and like tight and stuff, and that's fine. That's a fashion decision, and that it's only maybe that bit more material, but as I can vouch for, that's a lot, right? And and like, do you know what I mean? I just feel like it's unacceptable to wear pants. Basically, it's pants, isn't it? It's like lycra, tight fitting, budgie smuggling pants. And I'm against it strongly.
Yeah, all right, we'll give you that one. So my next one is people that say, I listen to a bit of everything. Right, so just let me explain this, because so many people are going to listen to that and go, well, I say that. I listen to a bit of everything. Let me explain why it's annoying. It's a really lazy answer to a very simple question, right? I don't know why it's always annoying me, but it has. And even more so now that I do interviews a lot at work, because I always ask, are you into music? You into, like, you know, what kind of music are you into? And I'd say 9 out of 10 people say, oh, a bit of everything, really. And it's just tell me. Just tell me what you listen to. Do you know what I mean? Am I so boring? Am I so horrible to talk to that you can't just spare me 14 seconds of your life to just tell me who your favourite band is and what kind of genres you like? Because I've got a friend, Connor, from work, who listens to Serbian throat metal, right? And even he doesn't say he listens to everything, just because you don't, do you?
No.
If you're watching this and you're saying you listen to a bit of everything, that means you listen to pop, heavy metal, jazz, opera, folk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yodeling. You don't, do you? So just be honest with yourself and just pick a few genres that you like.
Yeah, but don't you think maybe it's like
You don't impress me saying you listen to a bit of everything.
no,
It's not going to get you the job.
I think it's the opposite way. What about if they're embarrassed in case you don't like what they like?
Own it. Own that you listen to Mika on repeat.
Yeah. But what if they think that might not get them the job?
Well, you're more likely to get the job with me if you tell me you listen to Imagine Dragons and, you know, all the bands I hate, then, you know, you could...
Spoiled number 5 for us.
Yeah, you could say, I'm into Mrs. Brown's Boys, Imagine Dragons, Crusty ketchup tops, and I drive like an arsehole, and you're more likely to get the job with me than saying that you listen to a bit of everything.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Lazy. It's lazy. Just tell me. Sorry, it really winds me up.
Yeah, because no one listens to everything, do they?
No.
Because I would say, I listen to a bit of everything, to be honest. I'd say that my taste is quite broad.
Right, that's lovely. Now tell me, why is it broad?
Because
what genres are in that broad category?
Like, I'd say like indie, rock, pop, rap, and a little bitty country.
Lovely. That's fine. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Because the question is, what kind of music are you into? I'm not asking, tell me the genre of every song your ears have ever heard.
Yeah, because if I was asking that question, I'd say I listen to everything really, but then I'd say but mainly this and this band. So you know,
isn't it really
Sam
generic? Just say it again.
It's a bit of everything really, because you've heard it so many times from everybody. That's why it just sounds like you've heard it so many times because you have.
We'll go into interview etiquette in another podcast, but it's the same as, and you'll be able to answer this. What's your biggest weakness?
I'm a perfectionist.
You're not. You're an arsehole.
All right, my next one, and I don't think this is going to split anybody. I think this is going to be a unanimous decision. Sparkling water.
Yeah.
Right.
I know some people who like it, but they're in prison
don't subscribe to this. If you do, unsubscribe. I just think that if you decided to drink water, that's a good life decision for health, right? Mm-hmm. You've actually made a decision to not drink fizzy drinks like Coke or whatever it is. So, where does sparkling water come in? Like, who decided to make that a thing?
You're just ruining it, aren't you?
I don't understand. I literally do not understand how that's
like
even
frying lettuce.
Yeah, but why is it a thing? Who needs sparkling water? If you want to have a fizzy drink, have a fizzy drink. If you want to have water, because it's a good decision to have water and it's healthy, have water. And the worst thing about it is it's not a middle ground between water and a sparkling drink and a fizzy drink because it tastes like shit. Do you know what I mean?
It does.
If it was water that tasted like Coke and felt like Coke in your mouth, then fair enough.
Do you know what it tastes like to me in my mouth?
What?
When you dilute a paracetamol into water.
Yeah. And then the one thing about it as well that makes it absolutely horrendous is that because it disguises itself as water, everyone's been there. I've been there a few times, particularly at work, when it's like a communal one on the table.
Yeah.
Where you innocently drink from a bottle or a glass that you poured yourself of the thing.
Yeah.
And you're thinking it's normal still water and it's sparkling. And it's just like one of the worst feelings you can ever get in the whole world, isn't it?
Yeah, big
like
time.
surprise sparkling water, vile. I don't see any purpose for it. I don't understand why anybody drinks it at all. So it's gone, in my eyes.
Leave a comment if you like it. We're not going to judge you if you like it, but tell us why you like it and why you think it's okay to like it. This is the biggie for me, and I know we said we wouldn't do it in an order, but I've left this last
I did leave
on
my
purpose.
last one as well.
Tupperware. My girlfriend Louise will tell you how many arguments this has caused, especially early on, but she's come to accept it now, that I've got a borderline phobia of Tupperware.
Yeah.
I don't know where it started from. I don't know why it makes me gag. It's used Tupperware. I don't walk through the kitchen aisle of Sainsbury's like, whoa! Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But for me, once you've put something in Tupperware, you will never get rid of that stench.
Was it like it goes a bit stained as well?
It discolours. I never feel like plastic going through a dishwasher is particularly great because it's like sitting in all the other plates' juices as well at some point.
It's like sweaty when it gets out.
Yeah, it sweats. It's always like you can always just. I don't know why, but in my head I'm thinking whatever's been in that's still lingering somewhere, and I really don't like it to the point where like if someone gives me something in Tupperware, I won't eat it. I'm not proud of this, but at DHL, I bought a set of 5 Tupperware tubs and lids a week. I believe it was a £5 for 5.
That's
and
so
I'd
bad.
go buy them.
That's
Not great for the environment, I appreciate.
Not
but
great. You worked there for 3 years.
But yeah, vile stuff. Really vile stuff. You know, if so once I think I won't name who it was, but I went to someone's house and they were like, "Do you want some beans on toast?" I was like, "Solid. I'm a big beans on toast fan." They went to the fridge and their beans were in Tupperware.
Yeah.
Because like they'd maybe not had it, they didn't want a whole tin or whatever. Oh no!
You don't have it?
No, I suddenly went. Actually, can I just have toast?
Really?
Yeah.
What? Just because of the Tupperware thing?
Yeah, I can't deal with it. For me, if you're having beans on toast, either use a whole tin, be a man, or chuck the rest away. I know that sounds awful. No, I can't do it. Well, what else can I do? Help me.
I have half tins, and then I have the next half the next day, and I put it in Tupperware as well.
That's why you're single.
Fridge. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but what else can you do? It's got to do. Or you got those. What about those bean? No, the Heinz have got them now. It's like a fridge pack. It's called. And it's like instead of a tin, it's like a big.
Yeah,
Heinz
yeah. I think I could deal with that. You know,
Well,
because you
know
can't
it's
see inside it. Because it's got like the blue plastic
yeah.
around it.
And also,
it?
you know, it's only had Heinz in there, and when you're done with it, you obviously just recycle it.
Yeah.
Rather than you're going to put all this stuff in it.
I'd love to see a therapist and work out where it's come from, but anything like, you know, if your ham in your fridge is like open and not in cling film or in a sandwich bag sealed, that makes me gag. The fact that it's like open to the elements, or it starts to gather like a water at the bottom. Ham after a while. It's not out of date, but it just sweats.
But you've never used Tupperware, though, have you? Like, you know, for work and stuff, because you work in a
I
restaurant.
did a DHL.
Yeah, no, like since then, because you work at a restaurant.
Yeah.
You just eat there, I assume.
And it might also be from school, especially in junior school. Remember when they used to shove all the lunch boxes in one big like trolley?
Yes, yeah.
And that used to hum, didn't it?
Oh yeah. So anybody who went to Belvedere where we went will know this. So they were like big sort of like a big Tupperware, I suppose, like a giant.
Like my hell.
No, it was like it's like a giant bucket thing on wheels for each year group. Everybody had to chuck their lunch boxes in, and then at lunch you had to go and sort of dangle over the side of it and get right in there and get it. And at the bottom it was like it's just a pit, wasn't it, at the bottom?
Mushed up sandwiches.
Yeah, bananas, the whole lot round at the bottom. And yeah.
Kids that have gone missing.
Yeah, it
months
stunk
ago.
that, didn't it? It really did stink. Horrible.
Yeah, shout out to the older generation who watch us. Leave us a comment and tell us if this is true or not. I'm talking out my posterior, but I think they used to have Tupperware parties.
What, like Ann Summers parties?
Yeah, I'm almost certain that used to be a thing.
Yeah. Well,
where like you'd have a range of them all and then be like, ooh.
like Avon. Because I
Yeah.
think that's how it was sold originally, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Like a pyramid scheme sort of marketing.
Yeah, but imagine what
like
that's
Avon.
like to me, someone who's got a distinct, fear of Tupperware. A Tupperware party is up there on the list of things I don't want to witness with like World War III and piles.
Yeah, so your hell is like you're at a Tupperware party and like everybody there says, I'm into a bit of everything, really.
I'm into a bit of every Tupperware, really. Yeah, that'd be my nightmare.
Yeah. Okay, so my last one, and it's just something that I just can't stand it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's magic.
Okay.
It's quite, I suppose it's quite broad, really, but like it's not entertaining, is it?
You just wish it would disappear.
No, but right. I don't know if it's because I can see how back in the day, like decades and decades ago, someone who was good at magic could have like got to quite high up in like society or entertainment and stuff, because back in the day when there was like no social media or not multiple camera angles or there was only one thing on telly and stuff like that, you could get away with a bit more, and illusion was a genuine thing. I mean, you can see how people would genuinely be tricked by things.
Like that.
Yeah, do you mean that? But like, you can understand how back in the day it was a thing. But like, surely now, and as time goes on, it's just like, how is anybody being tricked by anything anymore? Like, and I think Britain's Got Talent is what's brought it out of me even more so in recent years, because the amount of acts you get on Britain's Got Talent who are like, you come on and they do a real basic magic trick that's very obvious what they're doing. And just because they've got a sob story, like one who's his dog got stabbed or something, and that's what it was, and they just play a video of his sob story on the screen whilst he's doing a very basic like card trick, and he gets like a golden buzzer or something. But like, I mean, there are
the breed of his dog.
Yeah, there are some really good magicians, obviously, like David Blaine and Dynamo and everything, and I understand them. But even then, like that their TV programs are shot in a particular way or edited in a way that it's just editing, isn't it? All TV's magic, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like,
and the best thing is, it's the kind of people that like love Dynamo, believe every bit of magic ever, and then you're like, do you think the moon landing could be a conspiracy? No, it's definitely real.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't understand.
They couldn't fake that.
Yeah, when I watch anything magic like on TV, my head is not thinking, oh, this is entertaining, I'm enjoying this. I'm just, as they're doing it, working out how he's doing it, or she's doing it, like, instantly. And that's not entertaining, is it?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm watching a comedian or something, I just sit back and enjoy it. I don't sit and think, oh, what does he actually mean, or how's he written that, or whatever. With magic, I'm literally trying to ruin it for myself instantly, because it's the way my brain works, maybe. But I don't find it entertaining at all.
No, I've been to see Darren Brown.
So
and
that's
he's
not
slightly
magic.
Different, isn't he? Because he openly admits he's not magic. He's just an illusionist.
That's magic. Yeah, yeah, that's not. Yeah, so like hypnosis and things like mind games and everything that he does, like all his shows, like The Push and those sorts of things, they're brilliant. I love Darren Brown. But like I say, for that specific reason, like he says, there's no. Like, surely everybody knows there's no such thing as magic. Like, I'm assuming that people don't sit and watch and think, oh, he's genuinely cut this bird off. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm assuming that's the case.
Yeah.
So then,
you just don't understand why people love it so much.
Yeah, it's like, if you already worked out that it can't possibly be real, which I'm assuming everybody has, how can it be entertaining in any way? Do you know what I mean? Like, you see people doing a dangerous trick on Britain's Got Talent. No, don't try this at home or whatever. He's a trained professional. Like, it can't possibly be dangerous. It can't be. You wouldn't let him do it, would they?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine the insurance and stuff they'd need to actually let somebody try and stab himself or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just not possible, is it?
That's classic you. You're about to watch a bloke throw swords and wipe an apple off a girl's head, and Rob's like, imagine the insurance on that.
Yeah, no, that is what I'm like. I'm watching Britain's Got Talent. Like, Simon's, like, his arse is going. Everyone's sweating in the audience. Like, that. It's that tension, like Ant and Dec can't watch. And I'm thinking, no, it's bullshit.
Yeah, because it wouldn't go on telly, would it?
No. Yeah, so it's even worse. Live shows, fair enough, right? If they want to say that it's dangerous just to build the tension of it, I understand that. And there are obviously some things that could potentially go wrong with it being live, but it's really, really unlikely.
Yeah.
But anybody who sits and watches an audition on Britain's Got Talent of a magician and thinks that they're in any danger, bear in mind it's 4 months later, it's been heavily edited and it's been shown.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
As soon as a magician comes on, Britain's Got Talent, I'm off. I put something else on.
Yeah, I can't stand magic.
Put Mrs. Brown's Boys on. So what should we do here then? Do you want to choose like
two each of
two
the other ones?
of each other's?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're going to choose 2 of each. We'll have 4 in our official Room 101. We'll put them up on the screen at the end. And then, like Robbie said earlier, if you can comment with your... Should we ask them to do 3?
Mm-hmm.
Put
top 3, yeah.
Put your top 3 Room 101 things. And then a few episodes down the line, we'll bring it all back and we'll decide some of your suggestions to put in our Room 101, yeah? First one, this podcast.
Yeah. For our top 3, Tommy, Robbie, and this podcast.
Okay, so do you want to choose mine first, or should we do one and then one?
Quickly run through our own again then, so we know what
Okay, so I've got Crusty Condiments, Hesitant Drivers, Mrs. Brown's Boys, I Listen to a Bit of Everything, and Tupperware. You need to choose 2 from them.
Okay. I'm not going to put Hesitant Drivers in at the risk of potentially putting myself in there and making this all void.
Yeah.
Mrs. Brown's Boy goes in 100%.
Okay.
Can't get behind that at all, so that's there.
Yeah.
Tupperware again, I think I'm in danger of putting myself in, so I can't put Tupperware in. So I think I'll go for Mrs. Brown's Boys and people who say I like a bit of everything.
Yeah,
So
especially now I've brought it up, you'll hear it more and you'll think,
that. Yeah,
Tommy was right.
Yeah, I think I'll go that one.
So yours?
I've got Lush, flip-flops and jeans, Speedos outside of competitive sport, sparkling water, and magic.
Okay. Well, definitely not Lush, because I like Lush. I like their bath bombs and I use their spray. It's a beautiful spray. Really good. Admit it.
Yeah, it smells nice, but like I say, I think you could get that. They could just be a brand.
But they don't need to be a shop.
Yeah, Heinz beans taste nice, but yeah, I don't want to go in and have some hippie make me smell what it actually tastes like.
Especially if it's all in Tupperware.
Yeah, that'd be grim, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so Lush ain't going in. What else? Speedos.
Flip-flops and jeans, Speedos, sparkling water or magic.
Sparkling water's going in.
Yes.
Because it's vile. And like you say, it's the surprise element of it. I don't want to... at meetings and stuff, I don't want to constantly be... is a green lid sparkling or still? I don't know, and it's just a joke. And you always have all the still gone and the sparkling just sat on the table.
Yeah.
Waste of space.
Or once I got a meal deal, and this is going to go down well, but I got water with my meal deal. And
we'll just end that there, shall we?
And I picked up sparkling by accident. So I just had this really nice sandwich.
I'd throw everything away. I'd throw the sandwich.
No, I'd eaten that already. And then I was like, oh, that was good. And I just have a bit of water to wash it down with. And done myself up with it with sparkling. Yeah. It was just like ruined everything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, grim.
So sparkling water, Speedos. I'm not going to put in there because it leave me with no swimwear. No, they are horrendous. But for me,
you'll have nothing to look at on the beach.
Yeah, exactly. Also, magic is really annoying. And I don't like it, but I've got to put flip-flops and jeans in.
Yeah, agree.
It's just an absolute unforgivable fashion faux pas.
Yeah, it is.
Right, what have we got coming up next week?
Oh, okay, yeah. So in 2 weeks' time, we've got our second ever guest on the podcast, which is our old maths teacher, Mr. Wilden. Called Colin Wilden, as he's told us we have to call him. He's not Sir anymore, apparently. So next week, we have another sort of special topic, which is hypnosis and the supernatural.
And just believe me when I say this, there's a home video that we're going to be sharing with you to do with that topic that you do not want to miss.
Unmissable.
Okay? It's hilarious. But yeah, loads to talk about. Supernatural stuff, hypnosis, what we think, afterlife and...
ghosts and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching this week. If you like what you've seen, go back and see our other ones. How many subscribers are we on now?
131, I think, when we started.
131 as we're recording now. So our next milestone's 200, isn't it? I think we're going to do a bit of a giveaway when we get to that.
Yeah. So we're getting regularly sort of more views than we've got subscribers, which is really, really good. But it would help us if you can hit the subscribe button, because it helps us to build the channel sort of in the long run.
There's no payment involved.
Yeah, you don't
subscribe just means you're supporting the channel, and you get to, our uploads will always show in your
yeah.
stream.
And as we get more and more subscribers as time goes by, that'll mean that we'll be able to sort of come up in other people's search engines and all that sort of stuff. It helps to build the channel basically in that way. So if you can hit the subscribe button, that'd be really helpful. When we get to 200 subscribers, we'll let you know on the podcast around that time. But we'll do a little giveaway, some Amazon vouchers and things like that, and try and give something back to the people who subscribed.
Yeah. So get your friends, get your family, get everyone involved, so you could be in with winning a prize.
And let us know what you think about Room 101, what you think about our suggestions, and put your own suggestions in the comments as well. And I'm sure we'll have some good suggestions actually coming in. All right.
He's been Robbie. I've been Tommy. You've been great. See you later.
See you next week.